What's up, guys? I'm cleaning out my phone, moving some screenshots over into a different folder. However, I moved over a whole bunch, and I figure I'd let you guys into my phone a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but I take screenshots like ain't nobody's business. Anytime I see something interesting in a video or in a photo or in an article or what have you, I take a screenshot of it, kind of like a metaphorical string around my finger to remind me of whatever information is in the photo. So I don't remember a lot of these, so bear with me. Um, I haven't looked at all these images, so you're going to be going through my phone with me here, a little dip into my personal life. You guys can see what I find interesting. This first photo is the Laura Temple complex in India. You see that pyramidal structure with the nodule on top. That section of the temple represents um, the chakras above the heart. Basically, all your neck and head chakras, your throat and your pineal gland, your crown chakra. You can see the hallway type thing, which represents your throat, and the serpent of truth above it. The square section with the three circles that are one layer on top of the other, that is the heart chakra, I believe. There are four beasts surrounding it, just like the throne of God has four seraphim surrounding it. Um, the that is the throne of God. That is the heart chakra. That is the most important part of the temple right there. And I don't think there's a lot of people that remember the secret teachings locked inside these symbols, but you're hearing it from me. It's one of 32 temples in this winding river gorge. They actually cut them straight out of the rock. And this is interesting because if the shapes here are very similar to the roof of our mouth, our teeth, our upper and lower jaw. Um, so you have the 32 temples that represent the 32 teeth. This is to represent the process of reincarnation, chewing, um, swallowing your food, processing it, making it fit for consumption. This is how they see life, reincarnation, a process of gnashing of teeth, grinding through life. Um, so you have the Allure Temple complex, which is the Shiva's temple, which has the 7 chakras lined out, and this is lined out for 32 teeth, which is referenced in the Bible quite a bit. Whenever Christ talked about hell, he called it a land of weeping where men gnash their teeth. And he's talking about the world we live in. This hell is the land which we get gnashed in God's teeth. 32, the number right before 33, which 33 is the transcendent number, but 32 is the burgeoning transcendence. So let's go to the next one. That's another picture of the same temple complex cut straight out of the stone. Oh, that's a Masonic tower. It has 7 different layers in the 7 different levels in the background. It represents 7 different chakras. Another picture of the heart chakra from Shiva's temple with the 4 beasts surrounding it. This is a poem by Dylan Thomas. Do not go gentle into that good night. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should rage and burn at close of day. Oh, I misremembered that. Burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Good poem. Oh, I love this photo. Mary Magdalene. The 2 pillars beside her representing opposites, duality. Black and white, red and blue, Joachim Boaz. Male, female, moon, sun, good, evil. But also their torches on top. Because she also represents Hecate, who has two torches, or Hecate, as some people call her. You can tell she's the divine feminine in the 13th pillar, the yellow pillar, the hidden pillar, because of the triangle above her head. And the fact that she's in front of an altar, that is so high priestess. I absolutely love that. That is beautiful. This is the Temple of the Scroll, I think it's called. The House of the Scroll. I had a friend named Polly once that worked there. It's where they have the Dead Sea Scrolls in Israel. I think that's Solomon's Temple. Yeah, that's Solomon's Temple. Man, I sure do have a lot of pictures of the heart chakra. Oh, these guys are cool. They're called blimmies or blimies. I think they're called blimies. I think that's where we get the word blimey from. I could be mistaken. But these guys are interesting and fascinating, and they show up in a lot of things. They really deserve their own video, to be honest with you, these guys. The reason I have so many images of them in my phone, and I have hundreds probably, is because I keep meaning to do a video on them. They have no head. They have their head on their chest. They're typically really hairy, but they're like all over ancient drawings and discussed in Greek mythology pretty regularly, and not even mythology, but just like ancient Greek historical shit. They lived on islands, and they were fishers, and yeah, it's weird because there's so many different contextual evidence pieces for these guys that have no heads. There's a lot of stories from the Japanese, and there's a couple of videos online of a headless white Yeti-looking thing in the Antarctic. And then I became interested in them because I saw them on a map called the Piri Reis map in South America, right around where Brazil should be. They're pretty fascinating, weird little guys, but I thought they're kind of cool. Blimies. Yeah, that's probably the most famous blimey. That's great. Love it. There's another one presented in a picture. I can't remember what book this came out of. It's obviously a woodcut, but a blimey nonetheless. Oh yeah, here's the Piri Reis map. Cool. Oh man, I can't zoom in. Well, there's a blimey right around South America, right around here. That sucks. Oh well. More blimies and dogmen. More blimies. Blimey, that's a lot of blimies. What is this from? Oh, this is from the Alice in Wonderland movie. The new one. And she has a clock on her mantle that is exactly like the clock from my book. And exactly like the clock I have currently on my... Well, not exactly, but similar to the clock I currently have on my dresser. And lots of just weird little pieces of this image that I wanted to go over. So many different little secret, hidden things that our mind is only meant to recognize on a subconscious level. Oh yeah, there's an actual name of a village in Wales. Then Fairweir go gear God whatever. Stupid Welsh. What is this? What is this? Oh, this is the symbol. Okay, there's this cartoon that Disney put out a long time ago called Gravity Falls. It's basically like the cartoon version of the X-Files. It's not like that, but it is at the same time. It's a brother and sister combo that go to visit their uncle in this crazy, weird, wooded area out in the forest where a bunch of strange things happen. But this symbol was something that their uncle had tattooed on his arm. So I took a screenshot of it because I wanted to decipher it. thought it was interesting. Oh, I see 33 now. I didn't see that before. I guarantee you there's something here. Oh, this is the same show, Gravity Falls. They have this piece of binary pop up, and this is reversed, as you can see in the corner. The Disney symbol down here is reversed because I watched this on a pirated source, so it's backwards. I wanted to put it in to a translator and see what it said, but I'm lazy. Same show, Gravity Falls. This is their arch nemesis, Bill Cipher. 12 different symbols surrounding him represent 12 different people from the show. But there's a lot of little alchemy tidbits scattered throughout here. It's interesting. I wonder what it all means, because it all means something. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is Zayat al-Arain, or Zawet el-Aryan, a temple in Egypt that had black goo in it. There's a pit right here. I probably have some better pictures somewhere, but they might not be screenshotted. But there was a pit, and that pit was, as you can see by these, I think these are pink or blue, excuse me, being colorblind. These center pieces right here were all laid down to form a lock, to lock this piece into place. And then this piece had a huge stone on top of it right here. And inside of it, they only found 10 inches of black goo. This was a very important temple built specifically for this basin, and there was black goo in it, and they all know how old it is. Megalithic blocks, though. Very big stones. Very interesting. Zawet el-Aryan. They had special reverence for this, obviously. Oh, this is the same thing, Zawet al-Aryan. You can see that a little bit better now, the stone they put over the container of black goo they had in the center. Interesting. Oh, here's a picture of it. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can see back here in the background, that was the lid. They lifted off the lid, and down here in the basin, the only thing that remained was 10 inches of black muck, they called it. And it went away shortly after they opened it up, so Lord knows where it's at now. This is how the temple originally looked. Okay, yeah, this is the top in the basin. Yeah, that's how you spell it right there. The Great Pit of Zawet al-Aryan. Interesting. That's not Zawet al-Aryan, that's a different area, but I drew a connection there, wondering if the same applied. This is the Assyrian, my lovely ex-wife, down there in the corner. Yeah, I love the Assyrian. A better picture of the Assyrian. God, what a cool temple. Obviously pre-dynastic. This is Mitch Hedberg with the sun behind him. But as you can tell, it's a black sun. So a solar eclipse. It makes it look like he's performing in front of a hell pit as well. Kind of an odd choice. This is the Pope from that new television show with his Orphic egg helmet. This is the Earth Mother Goddess. They found a bunch of these kind of statues in Malta in the Hypogeum. Man, I wish I remembered what this specifically was. I recognize the symbolism, obviously. Very Whore of Babylonish with a cup. But also very tarot. Two Assyrian bird god dudes. What was this? Oh, this is that movie called This Is the End with like Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill and James DeFranco and all those guys. And this dude here from How to Train Your Dragon. His shirt is a pretty obvious Saturn shirt. This is the very end of the movie when they're going to heaven. So this is like their heavenly attire. And he has on a shirt that has a Saturn on. This is two little Jewish guys going to heaven, and one of them has a Saturn shirt on. I thought that was funny. Here's another image of them. I guess I'm just trying to capture that Saturn better. It's kind of hard to see. This is Cernunnos, an Irish god, but also I think this is actually from same exact god, same exact positioning, the yoga style that he's sitting in. But this is actually from, I think this is from the River Valley civilization, what do they call it? It's older than the Sumerians. Danube River Valley. Well, they're up in the Caucasus, regardless. And the Cernunnos type figure that's sitting in the position, I believe he has 3 faces. I think it represents the kind of Janus figure, the past, present, and future, the Trinity, the triune God. I don't think that's his ears. I think that this is designed to look like he has 3 different faces. The present is the one looking at you. I honestly think that. The past you had cattle, and your future contains death. A tiger. I don't know. I could be full of shit. What was that civilization called, though? God damn. That's don't bother me. The Indus Valley civilization. There we go. Indus Valley. A bunch of lily pads, which to me holds special spiritual significance. This is Mr. Fantastic observing his Stargate that leads to the negative zone in Prison 42. It's totally a Stargate. 19-year-old Parkland school shooter survivor Sydney Aiello died. Suicide, apparently. Right around the same time. Yeah. Right around the same time that this guy died. Father of a Sandy Hook. What's this from? I know it's from a comic book, but... Oh, it's from Moon Knight. The guy has multiple personality disorder, and he's a superhero. He gets commands from the moon. This is from that same comic book. I thought it was cool imagery. This is the dude with his head buried in the sand. This is the Earth Satellite Network. and all the satellites we have in orbit. I found this particularly crazy. I know that they're way overrepresented as far as size goes, but this is a lot. That's a lot of rockets. A lot of these images I picked just because I plan on using them in videos at some point, so just FYI. Oh, these are the keystones. Like, they would, megalithic blocks, instead of using mortar to connect the blocks together, they would cut these keyholes at the top of the blocks, and as you see, like here, the crack between the blocks, they would make really tight, watertight basically, and then they cut these depressions that look like bow ties, and they're all over the world, the same exact idea. They cut these bow tie shapes, and they'd pour molten copper or molten lead inside of these depressions, and it would bond the rock together after it hardened, and then they put another layer on top. So it was all held together. I can't remember what this is called, but it's a megalithic structure in Japan. I just really liked the angles on the corner. Talk about earthquake resistant. Jesus. Alright, what's this? Oh yeah, okay, this is when this is Neil Armstrong talking back to Mission Control whenever they're going through the dark side of the moon. He's talking to the other guy that's in the spacecraft with him. That music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? You hear that? That whistling sound? Yeah. Ooh. Say you're... Hey, did you hear that whistling sound too? Yeah. Sounds like, outer spacey type music. I wonder what it is. Hey Tom, is your insulation all burned off over here on the front side of the window over here? Right. Yes. Mine's all burned off. Isn't that weird? Eerie. Sexy woman. The fucking craziest wall in the world. Aboriginal cave paintings in Australia that look like grey aliens. Why did I screenshot this? Oh, because Owen Benjamin misspelled truths. God, I'm petty. I screenshotted it twice. Cool Masonic symbolism. Saturn on top. Oh, this isn't Masonic. This is the Oddfellows. Another secret society. But you see the scythe at the bottom. Grand Unified Order of the Oddfellows. A quote by Carl Jung. Unfortunately, our Western mind, lacking all culture in this respect, has never yet devised a concept, nor even a name, for the union of opposites through the middle path, that most fundamental item of inward experience. Middle path, baby. Oh, this symbol, which is also a symbol for the self, and a symbol for the sun. But I never knew what it was called. But it's called a circumpunt. Punked. You've been punked. Circumpunct. Oh yeah, this is triptych doorways, representing like the positive and negative, and then the middle path. Oh yeah, this is the guy I saw in Cops. It was like a Dumb Criminals compilation, and I swear to God he had reptilian eyes, and so I just screenshotted it. Reptilian eyes. I'm so retarded. Oh, this is the Grand Gallery in Egypt, of the Great Pyramid, obviously. And these slots you see, if you haven't researched a guy named Jock, um, fuck, Jock something. He's a archaeologist that discovered how the pyramids were made by using a series of internal ramps, and he surmised that the Grand Gallery was used as a huge ramp to lift up the big blocks for the King's Chamber, and there's a sled that moved up this track that you can see right here, and he thinks that the these slots were held in a wooden framework to help guide the sled, and I don't necessarily think that's the case. I agree with everything he says about how the pyramid was constructed. However, I think that this was a ratcheting mechanism so that they could heave and go 10 feet and then pause. This ratchet would slide down into these slots, evenly placed up the sides of the Grand Gallery, and the ratchets would help the sled from sliding backwards, so every 10 feet the guys pulling the blocks up could take a breather. So if they did, if they let go, it wouldn't slide all the way back down. I think that's pretty obvious, but I don't know why he overlooked that fact. Just throwing it out there, not trying to act like some kind of know-it-all, but I think that's pretty obviously what they are. Oh, this is Andre the Giant holding a regular 12-ounce beer can. This is a regular can. It looks weird because it's French and from the 80s, but that is Andre the Giant's fucking hand. That is just incredible. There's the original giant, Gilgamesh, holding a full-grown lion. He's supposed to be 18 feet tall, which would make sense. The lion's about 6 feet long, so it's about a third of his body. Gilgamesh once again holding up some lions. Notice the two sphinxes at his feet. There are always two sphinxes. This is for the Sphinx Gate, the first gate, the No Fear Gate. That's why it's at his feet. The second gate is the Mirror Gate. But the first gate always has two sphinxes. That's why there's two sphinxes in Egypt, one right next to the other sphinx. It's no longer there, but it's true. What is this? Oh, these are possible asteroid impacts. The dates and the potential times of impact per those dates. As you can see, 2019 we have 1, 2, just 2, and then 2020 we have 1, 2, just 2, and 21 we have 1. So not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Those are just particular asteroids, though. The potential impacts and the likelihood of impact varies. Oh yeah, I remember this chain of screenshots. Okay, so this was just like a night ago or something. I was looking up an alien abduction documentary, as you can see from the top, and it gave me this fucking Wikipedia article. The terms alien abduction or abduction phenomenon describe subjectively real memories, blah, 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 blah. And then they give me a bunch of crap documentaries that typically aren't at the top. I mean, I enjoy this kind of content. This is what I like to learn about or study the abduction phenomenon. So I went over here to the side And I clicked on that, why am I seeing this thing? And it brought me to this page where it's like, blah, 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 blah. Moon landing's not real. And that's mean to say. Blah, blah, blah. So they said, how can I improve it? And I said, stop policing the ideas espoused in the content I view for entertainment purposes. I'm not going to be citing YouTube in any upcoming essays. Stop trying to censor thought. I will repeat this because I think this is important. Stop policing the ideas espoused in the content I view for entertainment purposes. I'm not going to be citing YouTube in any upcoming essays. Stop trying to censor thought. Everyone who watches this video to this point, fuck smashing my like button like all these douches say. Type in alien abduction documentary, click on why am I seeing this, and then give them your version of something like this, because I fucking hate them. Since, I mean, dude, they've gone through some of my videos now and put them in the marginal categories for conspiracy, and I mean, you can tell my viewership has just dropped off completely, and it's because they're making it so that you guys are unfollowing me, or I'm getting shadow banned, or my new videos aren't popping up in your recommendations. Um, because of the kind of content I make. I don't really care. I enjoy saying something if two people watch it. So, but if you guys want to support private content creators, this is Disney plus Fox. I just thought it was funny. I'm a huge, huge Simpsons fan. And Patrice O'Neill holding two dogs. I guess that's where we'll leave it. Patrice O'Neill holding two puppy dogs. Rest in peace, Patrice. We'll see you soon. Good night, guys.